What's up, guys? Welcome to 12 a.m. Hustle. Hope you guys are having a good one. Happy Monday. Let's get into it. So we're about 15 minutes out of the open. So this is what we got going on for right now. I'm going to go ahead and go over that with you guys. I hope you guys are having a good morning. So it's Monday. Looks like Friday. We had a nice dip up. So let's go over what's been happening on the NQ overall. So overall, we were in a downtrend basically for a full week. We had that going on for a full week, right? And I'm just going to go over it briefly. So we got out of the downtrend basically last Friday. Now we're continuing the uptrend again. On the overall, this is a 10-minute. So what am I looking for today is pretty basic. On the NQ, I'm looking for as a short, right? Because everybody wants to short these highs here. I want to short into a break of Asia high. If it breaks down to target, I want to target. These are targets for a short. I basically want to see a pullback into Asia high. Take a short there off the open, cover London low. And if we continue the sell off, possibly back down to 24,767. That's another possible area that I'm looking for. So I'm basically looking for this. Off the open is a pull down up into these levels for short, and then for a long I'm looking for a pullback into the levels depending on the price action, and then a pullback up, and I'm looking for basically a sell-off into the previous week high, which is going to be up here, right? So that's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to be looking for these moves on NQ, which are going to be pretty smooth. I don't know if we're going to sell off. I'm curious to see if we're going to make a top off the open, but I'm going to wait for the open. So I want to see pull down. I want to see a sell off. Boom, boom, boom. I want to see kind of hold and then bounce back up into this 25,000 level is what I want to see. So same. That's what I want to see on NQ. On ES, I don't really trade ES, but I do watch it because, it's cool to watch. I like to watch ES and NQ when I'm trading NQ because it gives you like a second direction and second bias of if you're right or wrong. So same thesis. ES is broken out of this huge downtrend that we had for a week. Sell off, nice little pullback retracement we had. Broken out on Friday. So now this was a great week for me trading wise, but now I know that we're back onto the bull side. So I just got to be curious. And if we get these nice pullbacks, then of course I'll take the short. But I'm also curious of getting stopped out. So now on ES, if I were trading ES, I would be looking for the same concept that I was looking on NQ, which would be a break of Asia high, break of London low, and then a target of Asia low. So I'd be looking for break of 67.24, targeting 67.17, or a break of 617, looking for 67.05. Now, next target would be on the long side. I would be looking for a pullback into these levels, a hold, and a push up into 67.57. Okay, which was a previous high. So obviously, if ES decides to play along, then NQ will follow. So that's the game plan there. Pretty simple. And then I do want to go over this week's what we have going on for this week. So Monday, it looks like we have pending home sales coming out in 42 minutes. Pending home sales in 42 minutes. That is at 7 o'clock, so just keep that in mind. We also have Dallas Fed manufacturing at 7:30. So we got some news today, so just be aware of all this before you start slapping on trades. And then we have 10:30 Fed musing speaking. So we got news today. We got news tomorrow, Tuesday. We got Chicago PMI 645. So we got a news jam-packed week. So just be aware of that. So you don't have to trade today. You don't have to go big size. Just keep it, keep it smooth, keep it steady. Nothing crazy. So that's ES and NQ. Let's go over CL. Let's go over oil for you guys. So this is oil. This was what I was talking about last week. So if it basically, see, I even still have the lines drawn from last week. If it breaks this trend, then it's going to pull down, which is exactly what oil is doing now. So it's now oil. It's out of this nice trend. It's broken it. So basically on oil, I would be continuing as long as we stay above, right, this previous day low, I would be looking for shorts. Next targets that I would be looking for are down here. Possible targets that you could have for oil if you're trading oil are 63.25 and then about 62.40. See, we broke out of this downtrend, went up, and then we've broken out of the uptrend. So now we're either going to continue, this sell-off on oil. It's going to do two things. It's going to either break 63.89 or it's going to hold. And if it does decide to hold, it's going to chop between this range, right? It's going to chop between 65 and 63.89. Not saying there's no moves to be made there. There is, but just know that it's going to do this all day. So it's going to do chop, 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 or it's going to hold support and then continue back up. So we'll leave that there. That's for oil. And then we'll check our last one, which is YM. Let's see. Okay, YM. If anybody trades the Dow Jones, major bank stocks, United Health, stuff like that. So the Dow is going to be pretty simple, almost the same format overall. So we have Asia high, we have Asia low, and then we have London low right here. So same concept overall. I'm looking at on YM, broken out of the downtrend. It's the same concept basically. We've broken out of the downtrend. We're 10 minutes out from the open, by the way. We've broken out of this downtrend, right? Now we're up. So now we should continue up. So this is what the pullbacks I'm looking for. I'm looking for on YM a break of Asia, a break of London, and down into 46.04. Now, if any of these levels hold, then I am looking for a continuation up long into possible 46.800. Here's a possible target, 46.790. Looks like a double top there. And then the next target would be, of course, your 47.049. I don't know if we're going to hit that today. Could hit the rest of the week. So that's basically game plan. These are nice short targets, short, cover, and then look for that long breakout. Oh, and one more. BTC. For all my Bitcoin peeps. Okay. For all my Bitcoin peoples. There we go. Okay. So for all my Bitcoin peeps, this is the same thing. Bitcoin kind of follows NQ if you ever watch it. So it's been a huge little downtrend week, little sell-off retracement. Now we're continuing up. So it's going to be the same thing. It's made a base at 112, right? So this is its base. So ideally you want to see it hold this 112, and then your next target for Bitcoin would be 113 into 114 and possibly 113.7. So, Bitcoin, crypto is traded the same way. You basically want to see, if you're long, you want to see maybe a pullback here, which you don't want to see it break, right? You don't want to see it break 112 because then you're going to continue back down into this range, and you're going to continue back into your previous day high, which is what you don't want, right? You don't want that. What you want to see is it pull back maybe, kind of midway there, and then you want to see a continuation into, BTC needs to break these levels. Once it breaks through 113.7, 113.425, then the next target is the 114, 115 area. And that's kind of what you want to see. This continuation for Bitcoin, it was sideways sell-off, sideways chop, pulled down. Now it's continuing retracing back up. You want to see a break through this major level for it. So that is about it. I just went over all the indices for you guys. I went over why. One thing I don't really trade is Russell, but I'll go over Russell real quick for you guys. What time is it? 6:23. Okay, almost. Same thing on the Russell. If you can see it, it's pretty much the same concept. Nice little sell-off. We're getting out of the sell-off. We're continuing the uptrend. On the Russell, it moves kind of slow during New York. I don't really trade it. Not enough volume for me, but ideally I want to see it hold at least previous day high And then the same concept is I want to see, there's not too much meat on the bone here for these shorts here, so I'd rather just look for longs on the Russell. I want to see a pullback here and hold, and then continuation back up into at least into 24.84. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Just broke it down for you guys. That's the pre-market analysis, pre-market game plan for today, 5 minutes out. Make sure you guys take care, stay safe, and remember, all you control is risk, baby. Peace. 12M Hustle out.